Hey, darling. Come on over here. Come kneel by my feet. Hmm. That's it. Yeah, sure. You can hug my leg. Wow. I love when you look up at me with those puppy dog eyes. Yeah, I almost could never say no to that. Yeah, I know. I gotta say no sometimes. That's how it works. Can't give you everything. Mm-mm. Plus, you gotta earn everything too, right? Hmm. That's right. You're so good. I love you too. So I can tell something's on your mind. What is it? Yeah. Ah. So you're nervous about Friday night? I understand. I kind of thought you might be. Huh? It's your first ever dungeon event. Yeah. Well, I can imagine it's very overwhelming. And well, I know if I say, everything's just going to be fine, that's not going to be very helpful. It's like when telling you somebody not to worry. They're just going to worry anyway. So let's see. Tell you what. I want you to close your eyes. No peeking. Just close your eyes. I want you to truly concentrate on my words, and then I want you to try to imagine every single detail. Okay? Okay, so on Friday night, you're going to get all dressed up in that beautiful latex outfit you bought. And you're going to look hot as fuck. Yes, you are. And I'm going to be dressed in my black suit with the black tie. Very formal. And then I'm going to put that new collar we got on you. Hook the leash to you. And off we're going to go. And when we first get there, it kind of looks like a large townhouse on the outside. You would never know that it was actually there. And you don't know this yet, but even next door is a store that sells stuff for Catholic churches and stuff like that. It's really crazy. Yep. Yeah. You can buy crosses and books and all kinds of stuff there. And I don't even think they know what's going on next door. And there's a pretty gate that you walk through when you first get there. And the trees are kind of overgrown, so you can, barely make out the door. But the door is beautifully ornate, lots of wood carvings on it. And then when we go inside, there will be a greeter there. They're always super nice and friendly, welcoming. They're just going to check our name to the guest list. And then we can take off our coats. And immediately when we come in, there is a social room on the right-hand side. We're going to go early, so just a couple people will be there, and we'll know them. So they'll be friends of yours, so you don't have to worry about the feeling anxiety. In that room, you're allowed to have drinks or hors d'oeuvres, but that's the only place in the whole dungeon. And everything has to stay in there. So as soon as we go in there and say hello to our hosts, we're going to head on upstairs to drop our bag off. And that's all the way on the third floor. And when you get up there, it's a really cool room. It's like a really fancy dressing room, and it's up in the attic. And often people go up there because it's quite quiet there at night. If you just want some quiet space, there's some places to lounge up there. And it's really neat because the owner of the dungeon has all kinds of costumes and different wigs up on the walls there, and it's pretty neat to see for yourself. So we're gonna leave our bag up there, and then we'll we'll head downstairs and I'll walk you through the whole building. Okay? So as soon as we go down the steps on the second floor, there's a room directly across the hallway, and it's very Victorian. All the furniture there looks like it's probably from the 1800s. And so you can imagine on one side, it's got all these chase lounges. They're like sofas, but like half sofas. Yeah, those. And everything looks very velvet. Reds and greens and other colors they used in the 1800s. And there's a few mirrors on the walls, and then this big 4-poster bed. And on those 4-poster beds, there's plenty of places to tie up someone. There's also like hard points in the ceiling, so you can tie up at any position. And often, it's a good place to go and just sit on the loungers, and you can watch other people do different scenes. It's very dimly lit, and so it's very romantic. And then outside of that room, right across the hallway from that, is the classroom. And there they've got a big chalkboard for the teacher and the teacher's desk. And there's like student desks in front of it. And then, of course, they have all the corporal punishment items on the wall. Yeah, corporal punishment is, like meter sticks, and there's a couple whips there and a paddle, that kind of thing. Yeah. So what else? Okay, so then we go back out into the hallway. There is a bathroom there that you can use. And at the end of the hallway is a medical room. And it's just like you would imagine in any doctor's office. It's good for role play. Some people are into like needle play and that kind of thing. So it's all set up for easily to be washed down and cleaned and disinfected. And but some people just like it for role play, somebody to be the naughty nurse or the naughty doctor. Yeah, you like that? Nice. So that's the second floor. And then if we go back downstairs to the first floor again, but not go into the social room, we can go into the main part of the dungeon. And in that room, that's where that really big wheel is. You can be strapped to the wheel. It has these leather clasps on there, so you clasp it onto your wrists and onto your ankles. And then with a foot lever, you can unlock it. And then you can spin the person around and around. No, not really fast. You're not going to get sick by it or anything. Of course not. No, really slow. But you can turn them upside down and then, have your way. So, yeah, that sounds fun. And then also in that same room, so right beside the wheel is like a doctor's chair sort of thing, but it's all made out of leather. It's just my way of describing it, I guess. And so you can strap their wrists down and their ankles and their legs and their thighs. Everything can be strapped down to it. And it has a bunch of adjustability, so you can part the knees apart, that kind of thing. It's quite fun. And beside that is like our normal bondage cross, but it's a little different. It has a ratchet system so that you can ratchet it down. So if the person is, fully upright when you put them on it, you can slowly lay them down so they're face up. And you can do, different things with that. Yeah, it's really neat. And like I said, everything in here looks like it's from the 1800s. It looks like a true dungeon. The walls look like stone. They're made to look like stone, so it's really nice. Really old hardwood floors. Lots of hard points everywhere. And what's really neat about this room is the whole wall on the other side is all mirrors. And those mirrors have little hidden rooms behind them. So if you go over to them, you can open them up. And if someone has placed their submissive in there, you'll be able to see them, and it might be their face, it might be a body part, whatever, depends what one you opened, which door essentially you opened. Yeah, it's really neat. It's like a little jail cell in there type thing, and you have to enter it from the other side. Yeah, we can put you in there. And then in the back room, these stalks on the wall so that you can literally put somebody into it and they're like part of the wall. Yeah, your head and your arms and everything. Yeah, it's fun. And then just past that, we have like a stretcher, and it's again all wood and leather. You can strap their wrists down and their feet down and everything on like a bed sort of thing. It's really cool. Yeah. When I did a photo shoot there the last time when I booked it, and we had a girl in the stocks but facing the other way, so that her head was hanging over top of the person's head who's laying on the stretcher. And I had a ball gag in her, and so we waited until her drool ran all the way down to the other one's face. Now they knew each other. It was all consensual. Yeah. Right? Doesn't that sound fun? Yeah. So there's a lot of fun you can do with that if you do it backwards like that. There was also a really cool bondage, like a spanking bench, but you can also keep your feet right off the ground and it locks it and separates them. And then we got like a swing, and it's a hard surface, like leather bound and everything, but it's a long rectangle. And so there's different types of uses you can use for it. And there's almost unlimited amount of things you can do on it. Except for swing. It's not really a swing. Yeah. Then there's another chair on the side, and it's got spikes that you have to sit on. Yeah. No, you'd be surprised. Actually, it doesn't hurt as bad as you think. But it looks scary, right? And so you get strapped down to it, and you're sitting on a bed of spikes. Yeah, it looks really cool. And then beside that it's like a dunking tank. So there's a bathtub that's sunk into the floor. And then there's a contraption that's like a swinging type contraption that you get locked into. And then there's a crank, and it can lower you all the way down into the tub and then crank you right back out of the tub. So yeah. So that's the basics of what the whole place is like. It's really fun. There's nobody hitting on you or anything like that. Everybody comes because it's guests only, and so the people that come with their partners. So there's not going to be anybody, untoward you or anything like that. So you don't have to be stressed or worried about that. Everybody's going to be very welcoming. You're going to know several of our friends there. You don't have to worry. Yeah, and you don't have to play. Like, we can go, you can watch everything, and when you're ready and you want to try something, you just let me know. Yeah, no pressure. It's fun to watch, too. It's great to see other people singing. A lot of people just go to socialize. Probably, at an event like this, probably about half, where some events, it's many more. So, open your eyes again. Look at me. Does that not sound fun? Are you excited? Good. We're going to have a blast. And you're going to look so amazing. I can't wait to show you off. I'm going to have you down at your knees. That's where you look your best. Do you feel better? Excellent. I'm so excited too.